Intrinsic motivation, the way we get that, and by the way, I'm not some crazy Pollyanna who's like, ooh, if we just do these 3 things Miss Lahey says, our kids will be like, whoa, quadratic formula, I'm so excited. But if you do these 3 things that I'm going to talk about more later, but here just gloss them, we can up the chances that our students will continue to love learning and continue to want to be a part of their own educational trajectory and their own life and have more self-efficacy and learn how to self-advocate, the most important thing we teach them. And those 3 things are, 1, autonomy, which is control over the details. You better believe that if I am teaching about writing research papers, there is no way I'm going to tell them what they have to research because I need as much buy-in as possible. You did this with your toddlers. Hi, sweetie, it's cold outside. You do not say, would you like to wear a hat? No, 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 no. You say, sweetie, would you like to wear the red hat or the blue hat? And the toddler's like, woohoo, I get some choice, I'll take the red hat. Sometimes, I mean, not all the time, but you know what I mean. The moment we have choice, the more buy-in we get from our students. So autonomy, giving kids the power to make the choices about what they're doing, when they do it, in what color ink they do it. I'm not talking chaos and mayhem, I'm talking about a little choice. Number 2. Competence. And I have a lot of fun telling parents about the difference between competence and confidence because they really, really do believe, we really, really do believe because of the failed self-esteem movement, big hogwash, that if we tell our kids over and over again how wonderful and talented and perfect and how they just fell out of the womb good at math, that they'll have this like Star Wars force field of wonderfulness and they'll go off to school and they'll be like, bring it, and you'll say something slightly critical or another kid will say something slightly critical and it'll be like, pew, and they'll come home with their wonderfulness intact because we've told them how perfect they are, and that's not how self-esteem works. The research is really clear. The more we tell kids how wonderful, how perfect, how just they fell out of the womb good at math and how much potential they have and how perfect they are, their self-esteem does not go up, it goes down. Because when you tell a child who's struggling that the experience they're having in school isn't valid, well, how can that be true? You're so perfect, you're so creative. How could you be struggling in math class? You just fell out of the womb good at math. Then the kid looks at you and says, oh, my reality isn't valid and I'm not having the same experience you think I should have, and wait a second, I don't really trust you anymore. Autonomy, competence, connection. When I go to a school and do professional development, this is the secret sauce, right? Because for parents, actually, connection is really, really simple. I ask them 2 things. Number 1, please love the child you have, not the kid you wish you had. And number 2, you must not love your child solely based on their performance because they know when you do that. That's all connection is for parents. I mean, for the most part, for my purposes anyway. But for teachers, it's so much more important. Connection is about relevance. Connection is about self-efficacy. Connection is about, see this stuff we're learning today? You can take this stuff and take it out into the world and use it to build bridges and make the world a better place and save the planet. That's what you can do with this stuff. When I have parents coming to me and saying my kid is just not interested in school, doesn't want to go to school, doesn't want to do their homework, often it's a lack of relevance that kid is facing. Engagement is about relevance. Engagement is about self-efficacy. If I try this thing, if I do this thing, I can be effective in the world. That's what we do as teachers.